We are looking at a Native American artist today, Votan Henriquez. He lives in LA. He was born in 1976, but he does these really, really amazing murals. Super, super amazing. He is LA born and raised, but he is Mayan, and I do not know how to pronounce. I think it's Nahua, possibly. I feel so bad, but I have no idea how to pronounce that, and I don't want to mess it up. But he's a graffiti and street artist. So really interesting murals that he's done on super huge buildings in LA, but really colorful backgrounds. And typically his portraits are in black and white, which is why I'm doing a self-portrait today. I'm going to do that in graphite pencil, and then we're going to, well, everybody's going to do something in graphite, the black and white first, and then we'll create a really nice colorful background just like he does. So we're gonna use him as our inspiration today, and I'm gonna show you really quick what his work looks like, that way you can see it. But yeah, lots of bright colors. A really awesome graffiti artist who is still currently working and doing a lot of stuff. So let's see. Let me screen share here. All right, so this is just from the website. This you can access on the website if you look at today's link for the class. But this is one mural he did for all these buildings in LA. Here he is standing in front of another mural he did. But what he does is takes American culture and combines it with his own Native American culture. So he is trying to get a perspective and show people what today looks like with Native American and American culture. The one thing with Native American art, and I'm sure most of you have experienced this, but a lot of times when you learn about it in school, it's all represented as if it doesn't exist anymore. So, and they always look at things that are out of date or really, really old artifacts. And that's just, they don't really talk about what current artists are doing that are Native American, and they're working still. They're doing a lot of artwork. There's a really cool thing in Long Beach called Powwow where they celebrate Native American art for a while. They do weeks of murals and different art projects and events where you can watch artists work on murals. And so what he is doing is looking at Native American. As you can see, this is pulled from Rosie the Riveter, which is a very famous, oh my gosh, what is the word? Oh, I'm blanking on it, I'm so sorry. It's a very old poster, but Rosie the Riveter is a woman, that has her fist up and she's wearing a bandana. And he combines that with a Native American woman. And he puts these older images of Native American people in murals in buildings in LA, so the public can all access it. But yeah, super interesting guy. So this is what we're going to be inspired by, are these images here and this image here. So really bright colors, lots of reds and yellows. And then his portraits, like I said, are in this nice grayscale. So that's what we will be doing today. I'm so sorry, for some reason I am having a moment where I forgot how to use technology today. Okay, let's get started. We could draw, right? I don't have to use technology for that. All right, here's my piece of paper. So what we are going to do, he focuses on portraits. So you can do a portrait, you can do a self-portrait, whatever you feel like doing. This is your own artwork, so you can kind of change it to whatever you feel like is pertinent to you. Another thing I mentioned, if you look at on the outline on the website, another thing I mentioned is also you can draw something with your graphite pencil, even anything that's going on at the moment, anything that inspires you in your world right now. You can draw that and then just make your background the same sort of inspiration that he did. So nice, lots of nice colors. in the background. So if you don't feel comfortable drawing a portrait or a person, you can do something else. You don't, again, I don't want you to feel like you're stuck on doing one thing. I see someone's got their hand up. Angie.
Oh, it's me, Kat. I just switched to a new account.
Oh, hi, Kat. What's up, Kat?
Oh, I was muted.
Did you have a question?
I just changed. I have a question. Can I use this photo? It's a more gray.
Yes.
Gray.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, on the website too, I did mention if you have a photo that you can use and glue onto this sheet of paper, you can do that as well. I am working assuming that people don't have a separate image that they can glue onto their paper. If you don't, that's totally fine. That's why I'm drawing in pencil. If you do have an image, please glue that down on your paper. You can cut it out and glue it here. All right, so I'm just searching for my camera. Okay, I'm gonna do, like at the beginning of class, if you jumped in a little late, I'm gonna do a self-portrait. I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on it because I wanna get to the colors. But I am just going to, with any portrait, you wanna start off with your simple shapes. Guess we can recap that since it feels like it's been forever. What have you all been doing? I want to hear what your lives are like in quarantine right now. I'm just teaching and hanging out with my daughter. That's what I'm doing. Scott is helping produce for Comic-Con this week. Like what he does with us in these classes. I know, Evie, pretty exciting. I'm not sure totally what that entails, but if you have questions, I'm sure he would be happy to answer them for you. All right, so with the portraits, I'm just going to go through this again real quick. What you want to do is just, I have these lines that just show me what direction I'm looking. And they also tell me where my eyes should go, oops, where my nose should go, and where my mouth should go. So I'm drawing really light right now. I will darken it in just a second, or as I go, I should say. But I'm going to draw my last line down here that'll show where my mouth will go. So the eyes fall right on this line right here. And I'm just drawing circles, and then I'll draw details like my eyelids and everything. And then this is for the tip of your nose. So if you are doing a portrait, these lines are great to guide you through the process. So the tip of your nose will go here. So I'll just draw a little line to show where my nose will go. And then this very last line will actually be for the edge of my bottom lip. So I'll just draw a little line to show that as well. I'm just placing these lines here so I know where to go as I'm drawing, but I'm going to focus on getting more details into my eyes for the moment. And the reason you want to work super lightly at first too is, of course, because you'll probably do some erasing. And it's so much easier to erase when you're drawing lightly. For your eyes, usually your top eyelid, we draw a circle first. Actually, I'm going to show you right here. A little tip for those of you drawing portraits. You have a circle. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing so wobbly today. Okay. And usually your bottom eyelid will fall sort of on the bottom of the circle here. And then your top lid will actually fall sort of around there. And of course, you can just adjust the shape of your eye, however your eye actually looks. And then typically you have another line here that just shows the fold of your eye. And then you've got this little tear duct here. After that, you just add the iris. And the pupil. So typically the top part area, this top area here is cast in shadow because of your eyelashes. We can just add some details in here. And then you just do some sort of texture, maybe a little highlight. It looks crazy right now because I drew this circle so dark in the background. But you'll start adding detail. For your eyelashes. And then you just to keep adjusting those lines. And then hopefully if you draw that original circle lightly at first, you can just erase this top area here. So I have this line that goes right on top of that circle though, and that's the crease of your eyelid when your eyes open. And then usually your eyes cast in a shadow as well because your nose, the bridge of your nose is right here usually, typically, because that's attached to your eyebrow. And then you can add shading. I'm sorry, that was really quick, but hopefully you got the gist of it. But yeah, usually all of this has some shading. And then you just darken whatever lines you want to pronounce a little bit, like these little highlights. I would go back in with my eraser just to brighten those little areas up instead of having them be dots. But once you refine and get it to how you like it to look, the more it ends up looking like an eye. The one thing with eyes though is you want to be really careful when you start adding eyelashes. That's when, if you are trying to get something to look realistic, eyelashes can make something look very animated very quickly. So you just want to be careful when you start to add those. If you're actually doing a self-portrait or looking at an image, if you pay attention to the eyelashes, usually you can't see every single eyelash, right? So you kind of have some areas where you'll draw some lines to do the eyelashes. But maybe in this area, I actually don't, if I'm looking at an image, I might not even see those eyelashes. So I wouldn't do them. As soon as you get really, if you exaggerate the eyelashes, they start to just look a little bit more animated. So there's a very quick eyeball. Switching back over to my self-portrait here. I wanted to do it a little bit larger since obviously right here it's small. And my eyes aren't a super almond shape. They're actually pretty wide. But I'm doing my best because I can't really see myself at the moment. So I'm just gonna work with what I got.
Kat raised her hand.
Kat.
Sorry, that was an accident.
Okay, no worries. And Evie, there's nothing wrong with being animated, but if you're trying to make something look like it's from real life, that's when you want to be careful with the eyelashes. But you could totally make anything look animated if you want to. If that's your goal, exaggerate those eyelashes. And start picking up my nose here. I'm so sorry I end up covering my image. I'm just sort of laying things out with where they would typically go. I'm curious, what's everybody drawing? Is everyone drawing a portrait or is anyone drawing anything different?
Well, I'm not drawing. I'm using a photo.
Oh yeah, if you're using a photo too, let me know. You can just type it in the chat or unmute yourself, no worries.
Jesse's drawing himself.
I'm doing Victoria.
Ooh. You can draw each other. That's such a good idea.
Actually, she's doing the cat in the hat.
The cat in the hat. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, Des, draw yourself. Evie, a manga portrait. Yeah, tater tot, you can. That's fine. Yeah, like I said, while you're drawing, just do whatever speaks to you. So tater tot, that spoke to you, you're golden. I'm gonna add some shading in here. Did anyone else print out an image? Or is everyone pretty much drawing? Laura, you have a printed picture? Okay. Angie. Okay, perfect. Let me know when you are, if you are done gluing, let me know. I am just going to do a couple more things here just so I can. Oh, one thing also, if you're trying to do a portrait of yourself, or not trying, you're obviously doing, if you're doing a portrait of yourself, your neck. So one thing with the neck is that it's actually wider. There's a tendency to draw the neck like right in here, but our necks are pretty, if you look at, if you see my neck in the camera, it actually pretty much goes to the end of my cheekbones right here. Like this is where my neck is. So if I'm drawing, if I'm trying to do this, again, this is realistic. So if you're doing your own character, no worries. If your neck is gonna fall right where the edge of your cheekbones are. So see how it comes out all the way at the end of my face? That's how wide my neck is. I see a lot of times in drawings, people draw the neck like this little tiny thing to hold up your like 10-pound head. So just make sure if you're looking at a portrait, you keep that in mind as well. Okay, thanks, Scott. Flopping back and forth today. All right. So again, I might adjust what's going on in here, but I did my neck nice and wide. And then added some shading underneath. All right. And I'm just gonna outline where my shoulders would typically go. So I'm gonna do this really quick. And then I wanna jump back to some inspiration images for our backgrounds as well. That way, everyone, those of you that are a little bit faster, you can go ahead and get started on that after I show you. All right, let's just get a few more things here. Things. Here we go. And I'm just going to draw a little line to show my hair. All right. And then I'll just adjust. Okay, so let me all right, I'm just looking for some good images of his murals. Oh, here's a good one. Here's another one. His backgrounds they're pretty simple, which is nice. They're just nice and bright. Okay. There he's standing in front of it. All right, so I'm going to screen share super quick. All right, there we go. Okay, so just some inspiration. If some of you are ready to move on to the background. So, like I said, the portraits will stay in this grayscale that we've started, or in the image that you've glued onto your paper already. And then you are welcome to do any design like this. So if you want to do exactly what he has done, he's got this sort of focal point in the center where he's got the lines coming out from. So take that into consideration if you want people's eyes to be drawn to a specific area. When you have the the lines coming out from the fist, it has a tendency to get viewers to focus primarily in this area. You can do lines like this. If you don't want to do that, maybe you want to do a sort of gradient with different bright colors in the background, you're welcome to do that, sort of like he's got here with the yellow and orange to red. He's got that gradient look right there. You can just choose 2 solid colors. And then here is one more example. So he's got the stripes that go this way. If you have paint, oh, the splatter paint would look really awesome. Here's another example with blue and black, and then this last one in this corner, which looks like it's the American flag. Does anyone want me to keep any of this up, or can I stop sharing the screen? How do you all feel? Okay, I don't see anything. So I'm going to stop sharing for the moment. Okay, awesome. So my portrait is half drawn. So if you did glue your image onto your paper and you're ready to move on to the background, go right ahead. If you want to start adding color, please do. Kat, did you mean to raise your hand?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So I have a problem with this photo. This is all I have. I just have this from the original photo.
Mm-hmm.
But where do I position it to get it to look right? Because if I position it here, then I just have this arm. Where's the rest of the arm?
That's up to you. I don't think that necessarily, if you want to do it like right there, I think that looks nice.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
So
You can even trim the right side of the paper where her back is too, a little bit more.
Oh yeah, to make it more curved.
Yeah.
Oh, and yes, for everyone saying, am I sitting in a closet? The answer is yes.
Why are you in the closet, Kat?
Because it's quiet and it's probably it's cooler than my bedroom.
Oh, gotcha.
And it has all the pillows for my bed except for 2 in it, so it's quite comfortable.
The pillows? Did you put all your pillows in there?
I put all my pillows in there.
Gotcha. Okay.
I was making a temporary bed for a sibling who wanted to sleep with me, and now it's just a good place to hang out.
Sweet. Hey, the important thing is staying cool because it's been really hot. So I get you. If that's the coolest area in your house.
One day, I think the 9th here or the 10th of July, it was 105 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
It's been in the upper 90s recently.
That's terrible.
We live in the desert. Laura and I live in the desert in New Mexico. So it's really hot here. Okay, so how's this? I trimmed a bit of her back. How's that look?
Awesome. I think that looks good. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. All right. So I think the colors that call out to me right now, maybe not that one actually. I'm looking at my colored pencils at the moment. Here, if you all want to see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to see. Ooh, I like this one. And oh, so many options. I don't even know. Maybe I'll do this blue color. And of course, black. I love black. All right. So I'm stopping on my portrait right now just so we can all work together on the background. If you're not at the background yet and you're still working on your portrait or your drawing, no worries. There's no need to rush through it. I am just going to, ooh, how do I even want this to look? Actually, I'm going to start with my pencil. So I'm doing this black outline, and then I'll fill the colors in between. And then what I'll probably do is just make these lines a little bit thicker. Sorry, that one's a little off camera. There we go. All right. My portrait looks so crazy. I just looked at it in the camera for you guys.
Can we draw something other than a portrait?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, at the beginning of class, I let everybody know that you can draw. If you're not comfortable, you can totally draw something different.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're not comfortable, no worries. All right, and then for my background, what I did is just chose the colors that spoke out to me. Just went with my gut. So when you go to choose some colors for your background, you can just choose them that way. Or if you'd like to focus on the artist, you could go with the reds and oranges. Oh, he does have one background. That was that blue and black, though. I love his murals. I wish I could. I haven't been to LA in a while, but it'd be so cool to see them in person. Just like it'd be so cool. Has everybody heard of Banksy? It'd be so cool to see his work in person too.
How do you spell Sue? Sorry, I need to spell Sue.
Zoo, like an animal zoo?
No, Sue, like the name.
Oh, usually I see it spelled S-U-E. Oh, someone lives in LA? Awesome. Have you seen any of his murals? I have to figure out exactly where they are because I don't even know exactly where they are in LA. Like if they're in the city or if they're just in LA County. So they could be in Long Beach. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna scan through. You can just give me a thumbs up if you're doing all right. I don't see a lot of photos. Perfect, thank you.
Said she's almost done.
Who's almost done?
Evie?
Evie, awesome. Yeah, if anyone's almost done, let me know. I'd love to see your artwork. All right, so now I'm adding in the color. And if you're using colored pencils, like I am, I'm just using the side of my pencil to fill in the whole area in a nice, consistent pressure. And then I'm just going back over it if I want to make the area darker. So there's that to start.
Laura was asking, is it cheating to use colored pencils over watercolor?
No, not at all. Some people don't have watercolors at home, so colored pencils or crayons or markers, sometimes that's all people have. Or if you want to take it to the next level and actually make this street art, just like our artist, you can use chalk. I just got chalk for some more art to do outside because I have a little toddler, so gotta find outside activities. All right. So I'm going to fill in most of my background, and if I have time, I'm going to keep working on my self-portrait because that's not done yet. Okay. All right, and I know most of you have been in our classes, but we have classes all week. If you haven't been in one of Naileen's classes on Wednesdays, you should join one of hers. She's at 1 o'clock Pacific time instead of 11 o'clock, but she's a great teacher as well. She is filling in the slot that Mike had with the clown school. So she's doing Scott, she's doing a lot of like storyboarding, right?
Yes.
Is that what she's? Yeah, she's a caricature artist. But she does a lot of animation, storyboarding. She's super rad.
This week, I think she's doing model sheets.
Model sheets. Ooh, those are fun. So if you are doing, so I know some of you are working on original characters today. A lot of what she does is focus on original characters and creating stories for them. Model sheets, if you haven't done a model sheet for one of your own characters, that's really great to have under your belt. That way you can focus on the personality of your character, really drawing the facial expressions, things like that. And then the week of our cartooning camp, we aren't going to have any Zoom classes. That's not for another couple weeks, but I just want to remind everybody of that. And then we do have our classes posted for next week as well on the website. Right. Everyone's still doing all right?
Okay, I just unmuted. I'm sorry. I need help. Cat. I have really bad pencils, so I was using running alcohol to blend them, and I spilled it on my paper, so now I don't know what to do.
Oh no. You might need to get a new sheet of paper, because I don't think that's necessarily gonna I don't know how rubbing alcohol does on paper, but I don't know if the paper will necessarily dry, if that makes sense. That
It's kind of already kind of dry. It's just kind of transparent in the areas.
yeah, it'll probably stay that way.
Actually, I might try a project later with this kind of effect. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, hey, yeah, definitely. Worst case too, Kat, you can just cut out, instead of having, like, don't try to take the image off of the paper, just cut out that area again and then re-glue it.
Oh, yay, that's good news. I just tried coloring with my colored pencil on one of the areas.
Did it work?
And the colored pencil actually goes over it.
Okay, perfect. Hooray!
You raised your hand.
Evie, show us what you got.
Okay. Here's,
Oh, awesome. I love it.
thanks. I was too lazy to have the stripes go all the way out. So
I do like the way that you added some, it looks like you added a little bit of shading around the outline of it, the edges of it.
I just kind of like blended it around.
I like it. Looks good.
I'm still working on it.
Thanks, Evie. Is anyone else finishing up? I'd love to see more of your projects. Laura.
Okay, so since I'm doing a watercolor background, I decided not to paste my picture yet. But, oops, sorry. Here's my picture that I'm going to paste.
I love it.
And then here's my background.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I like how you blended the colors together.
Thank you.
That'll look super nice. I love that picture though that you have. It's so perfect.
I remember that photo. She sent it to me. It's a she used a messenger filter for that one, I think.
Was that a ukulele in the picture, Laura? No? Yes? Yes. Do you play the ukulele? Yes. And Laura, you don't. Okay. Just curious. I know we have people in the classes that do tons of other creative things. Does anyone else play an instrument? Oh, drums and piano. That's cool. I've always wanted to learn how to play the piano.
We play piano.
You play piano too?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Vienna and Victoria?
I do too.
Oh, very nice. My mom used to have a keyboard when I was younger, and I tried to teach myself for a minute, but then she got rid of her keyboard. Oh my gosh, guitar, piano, drums, and a lyricist? You play, wow. So many instruments. Yeah, my husband plays guitar. Guitar is another one I attempted to teach myself for a minute. And then what happened? I have no idea. Life just goes by so quickly, you know? Piano, guitar, guitar, drums. Oh my God. Wow, you're all so awesome. That's so cool. I love learning about all your other stuff that you do. Liliana. You can pick out a tune on the piano just by listening to notes, but can't actually play it. That's pretty amusing though, still. I used to play the alto saxophone when I was younger. I don't know if I still could, but I loved playing that. All right. Oh, I almost missed a spot. Your grandparents own the biggest guitar shop in Brazil? That's amazing. What's it called? Oh, we only have a minute left. Does anyone else want to show their artwork? Even if you're not totally done yet? My gosh, this class went by so fast.
Liliana and Heather Rose.
Hey, ladies.
This is the first one I did.
Ooh, I like the pattern in the background. Is that a mask that you're wearing?
Yes.
Awesome.
It's not me, but yes.
I love it.
Here's the other one that I'm still working on.
Oh, very nice. I like that one too. Beautiful.
Here's my first one.
Oh, nice, Heather Rose.
Second.
I love those. Ooh, I like the patterns in the background that you did too. Thanks, ladies.
And Victoria.
Hello.
I'm doing watercolor for a background.
Oh, I love it. The watercolor looked really nice. Oh my gosh, your cat in the hat. I love what you're starting to do with the background too.
Also, it's the back of a cat.
Oh, that's perfect. I love it. Thanks for sharing, ladies.
I'm gonna do a red and purple pattern.
Ooh, that'll look nice. Hello.
This is mine.
Oh, I love it.
This is my character.
Very cool. I like that you took images from magazines and used those. Very nice. Thanks for sharing that.
No problem.
All right. Anybody else want to share real quick? All right. Well, that is the end of the class today. Thank you so much for joining us. I had a lot of fun with all of you. I missed you all. Next Monday, we will be looking at another artist and then painting, or I'm sorry, not painting. Oh my gosh, just finished that painting class. We'll be using inspiration from the artist for next week. And it's posted on the website now too, if you're curious. All right.
And I saw Nissy's hand up.
Oh, Nissy.
Okay, sorry. So this was very hard to do because I used charcoal. I tried to make it look good, but I think it looks very bad.
That does not look bad. That's awesome. I like the green that you're using too.
Thank you.
Charcoal is so much fun to work with.
Thank you.
Love it. Thanks, Nisi. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you all next Monday. Bye.